In the last video, we went through how to create these named parameters. In this video, we're going to create an iPart, which will allow us to set different sizes for these parameters. And so when this part is placed into an assembly, we'll be able to choose different sizes. And it'll make more sense as we go through this process. The first thing I need to do, though, is go back to the design because there's something we need to do that I omitted, and I just want to make this clear. So when we made the original sketch, we made this dimension 210, and if I click on it now, you can see that it is named pipe ID for the pipe inner diameter. However, in Sketch 4, when I did the sweep, I made a new dimension, 210, which became the sweep that made the actual pipe. Currently, the 210 in Sketch 4 is not linked to the 210 in Sketch 1, and that's the one that I named pipe inner diameter. So what I'm just going to do here is go to Sketch 4, double click on this, which currently is dimension D17, and I'm just going to call it pipe ID. And when I hit the check mark, it will still be 210, but notice it has that FX210 because it's pulling that dimension from Sketch 1. And if we go to the parameter tab, you will see that this dimension 17 now is equal to pipe ID. So that's a critical step that we need to do, and that's because the way I designed it, I drew two concentric circles and dimensioned them both instead of just pulling in the dimension from the original sketch. So now we're going to go and create an iPart. And for this particular one, we are creating defined sizes instead of letting the user just choose any size they want for these values. We're just going to have three different choices: a small, medium, and large. So I'm right clicking here and inserting a row and inserting another row. So we have these examples, and I'm just going to rename the member to be small pipe elbow, and then we'll go medium and large. It might give us a little pop-up there, don't worry. Then we'll go medium and large for the member column. And then instead of just the part numbers as shown here, we're going to just call it small, medium, and large. Okay, so that takes a minute to do there. To do that, now we're going to just define different sizes for the small and the large. The medium will be the default designed dimensions that we designed the part to be. So I'm only going to be changing the top row and the bottom row. So looking at the assignment here, you can see I have these values for each of the different parameters: 280, 30, 140. So I will change that. So 280 for the mounting square, 30 for the thickness, and then 140 for the pipe inner diameter. And then looking at the others, we have 15 for the fillet radius, 160 for the bend radius, and 180 for the pipe outer diameter. So changing these, 15, 160, and 180. So basically, it's a smaller in all of those different dimensions that we chose. Now looking at the large one, the mounting square is 450, then we have 75 and 250. So we'll change that. And then for the other three, it's 30, 240, 325. Okay. So now that we've done this, we're going to hit OK. And we're going to save the part. Notice this is, for me, it's called pipe elbow example. Yours will just be called pipe elbow. So I'm going to save this. And now I can create an assembly. So I'll just go new, assembly, create. And then we can just place, not place from content center, just place. And we can choose pipe elbow example is what I'm going to put in here. And before we click OK, we can choose, do we want a small, medium, or large part? So let's start with a small. Go OK, and it has those particular dimensions. And now we can go here, show all values, and go medium, and place a medium one. You can see that it is bigger, and then we'll go here, show all values, go large, and create a large one. And so basically, notice this is called small pipe elbow, medium pipe elbow, and large pipe elbow. And you can see that they have the parameters that we set. Basically, the size of the square or the mounting face. We have the thickness. You can see the thicknesses are all different. The pipe diameters are different, and the band radius. And then I think the fillet radius as well. So this has a much larger fillet radius, and this is a much tighter fillet radius. Things that I didn't change were like the chamfer size, or the size of these holes, or the spacing of the holes from the edge of the part. But those are all things that could be defined, and you can just really choose any dimension that you chose in the original design and add it to your iPart. What I'm asking you to do is place all three, get a snip showing all three so that I can see that you successfully created the iPart, and put that in the assignment.